Okay, so I cut the tips off of the zucchini here, and this is a spiralizer, and I'm just going to make me a few more noodles here. I've got it on the fat noodles, so there's this skinnier noodles, which probably most people prefer, but I'm just entertaining, so I'll be just kind of making some unique textures here with these fatter noodles. You get a pretty cool texture, and makes it an interesting meal to bring. And then we'll bring in with these noodles, what we'll do, I'll do one more here, and then I'll make a sauce here for you. So this is I guess a pasta dish that you can make at home, and it's raw vegan style, so that's pretty cool. Okay, nice. So what I'll do to make this more conducive, this is really on the counter here, that's a really good thing. Just use your knife to go right underneath and it'll pull off a lot easier. So I've got my noodles now here, and now I'm going to want to make a sauce, right? So I'll put these off to the side. I've got a cutting board there, and I've got a nice little food processor here, which I used to make the cheese. This is the macadamia nut, rosemary, and pine pollen cheese. Just those three ingredients is all it is. This is a really great brand. There's several out there. Really good for testosterone production in men and women. So next I'm going to add just a couple of tomatoes to this food processor. It's just large chunks is fine because I've got the S blade in there right now. See? The S blade. Cool. And now I'm going to make a nice pasta sauce for the pasta, and I'm not sure exactly what the ingredients are. I've just got some really decent tomatoes here, and I'm going to throw in a couple of cloves of garlic. So it's tomatoes, add a few of these tomatoes, and it's what I'm going to do is take, you know how you have the leftovers from the zucchini noodles, I'm just going to toss that in to the sauce. Now I've got some sage. Now sage can be pretty strong, so I'm just going to try to be real gentle, rip off the most tender parts here. And keep the bigger stems out. And then I'm not going to go super heavy on the sage, but this is fresh. I've already gone pretty heavy on the rosemary throughout here. In the salad I put rosemary, and the macadamia nut cheese I put rosemary. So we're already kind of on the rosemary side, but sage being so powerful, now we've got the main ingredient, which is basil. So I'm going to just tear off the biggest stems here and then just go with the rest of it. I don't mind some stems, especially when I'm going to pulverize this to a fair degree. It's going to be a real saucy sauce. So that sage, that should be enough sage there. And then I put in a whole stalk or a whole head of basil. And I think what I'll do is just add a little bit of sea salt here. And so we've got tomato, garlic, sea salt, basil, and sage. So I think that is going to do right there. I could mess with it more, but I think it's just going to be perfect. I'll leave it savory by simply not adding any type of citrus at all. In fact, what I might do is add a couple of these onions here. And I also have some parsley there, which would also go really good. And again, I'm not going to overload, I'm just going to augment. So I'm going to take about a half of a bundle of some parsley, and I'm going to add that to this amazing. So there you go. I know I'm just being very random today, but I'm putting together a dinner for my neighbors. So I want to make sure there's plenty of food. So that, again, tomatoes, garlic, sea salt, onion, parsley, basil, and sage. How about that? A little bit of cayenne wouldn't hurt. Just a little dash of cayenne. I don't want to freak anyone out. I don't have any other fresh hot peppers. So here's just a little bit of cayenne to just give it a little bit of life. Not a lot, but just go into your own, zone. And choose that out. What I might do is just add one small dash. I don't want to overpower. I barely want this to just be slightly subtle. So that's about 2 tablespoons. Okay, so there you go. We're having fun in the kitchen now. This is going to get whacked up into a amazing. So that's all I really need to do. I could thicken that up right now, honestly, and that might be what I do. If I thicken this up with an avocado, it'll spread over the top of the, so that's a real creative idea. I think I might even post this video just for that idea alone. It's kind of like a salsa, but it's more like a fresh marinara, fresh pasta sauce with this, zucchini pasta. So I'm just going to do this last step. Watch what happens here. This is what's going to allow it to sit on the noodles a little bit better instead of draining all down into the bottom. I hit this avocado, just half of an avocado will work. I don't want it to get too thick, that's the thing. So I'm just going to add that. See, and then that thickens it to where, I need to let it go a little bit more, but you get the idea. And then what I'm going to do is, depending on what time it is, I'll check, because dinner's about 6. Okay, so I still got a ways to go. So I'm cool. So I'm going to let this sit off to the side. I don't want to refrigerate anything today. Thank you for watching the video. I'll put this on top of this when it comes time to serve it. And then I'll add some of the macadamia nut cheese, and everyone is going to be stoked. Thank you for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you. Bye-bye.